Hey guys, Sean Dickens here, and welcome back to another training video in our training series. This training video is going to be on registering a domain with GoDaddy, purchasing and registering a domain name with GoDaddy. It's been brought to my attention that quite a few people are still unclear on how to actually purchase, set up, and register a domain with a register online. My choice of registers is actually GoDaddy. There's a lot of people that don't like GoDaddy because they're always trying to sell you upgrades and services that you don't necessarily need. I still prefer GoDaddy. I've used them for years. That's where all of my domains are actually at. And so I'm going to show you how to set up with GoDaddy. It's going to work with there's lots of other registers out there, and the same principles apply. So we'll go ahead and get in here. The web name for the domain name for GoDaddy is just www.godaddy.com. So here's the home page for GoDaddy, and we'll go ahead and go down here to the Start Your Domain Name search to make sure that the domain that you're actually looking for is available. So we type in what we're going to look for, and I'm going to go for mynvortex.com. Make sure that you do not put in a dot extension after that. If you notice here to the right, the extension is already there, so you can the default is going to be .com, but you can actually set it up to look for any one that you want. I'm actually going to go for the .com. Now we see that this particular domain name is available. It's $11.44 a year. Now that's about the standard rate currently. You may find a register that's actually a little cheaper than that, but you can also go in and there's coupons available all the time as well. So you can always get these things for cheaper if you look for them. This next page is going to show you some of the different upgrades and the services that GoDaddy offers. If you look here, they're telling you if you buy right now, you can get the .info, for example, for savings of over $9. Instead of being $10.69, you can get it for $1.99. The same thing goes for some of these other extensions. And this is why some people are not big fans of GoDaddy, because they're always trying to sell you upgrades and services that you don't necessarily need. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass all of that. This brings us to our next page, which is going to actually be the settings for your domain name. And I recommend always setting your registration length for 1 year. Your account, when you go in, and this is something that you will have done when you set up your GoDaddy account or your register account, which you can actually view, and we have that as set up as another training in another video. You can actually set your account up to where it auto-renews. But even if you don't set it up as an auto-renew account, every year when your domain is coming to expiration, GoDaddy will actually send you an email and say, hey, you've got actually a domain name or 2 domain names or however many are coming up for renewal, and you need to make sure that you renew them. So they're very good about telling you that, and any register is going to do that. If you notice right up here, I've actually got a big red box here that says I've got some domain names coming up for expiration. The next page that you come to is going to be privacy and domain protection. For the purposes that we use our domains for at this particular time, you don't really need to worry about this. You can if you want. You can get the full service. Is going to be $25 a year. That's not something that I ever use. The next page is going to be a bunch more services and upgrades that you can use. That you can do your hosting through GoDaddy. You can get email addresses, just all kinds of different stuff. This is stuff that I don't actually use. I host all of my websites, all of my domain names at a different service than GoDaddy. I simply use GoDaddy as a register, and that's it. This is the next page that we come to. This is actually going to set up, you can customize all different things with your domain name. Again, these are all services that you may or may not want. These are not anything that I actually ever use, so I always just scroll to the bottom of the page, hit no thanks. So as you can see, it doesn't take very long to get to the bottom. It's just boom, 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 it's done. It's not anything that's really difficult. Yeah, you have to go through a couple extra pages, but it's not that big of a deal. So here at the end, this is my actual final page here, and again you see that they're actually telling me again I've got domain names that are at risk of expiring. So they're very good about this. It's not going to be anything that just goes away. One thing that I want to go ahead and show you right now, this is a quick little trick, a little tip. If you look right here, you see where it says enter promo or source code. If you click on that, you can actually, this is where you can put in your coupons. And if you're already a GoDaddy member, then if you already have a GoDaddy account, then they're going to actually send you emails with different coupons. But if you don't always have those coupons, here's something that works very, very well. If we open another window and just go to Google and type in GoDaddy coupons, that's going to take us to this screen where we've got lots of different GoDaddy coupons. So if we click on that, we can actually go in here and we can actually see what the coupon codes are. And the one that we're actually most interested in is this CJC749FAT. That's going to tell us that we're going to get a .com for $7.49. So CJC749FAT. So we come back to our GoDaddy account, CJC749FAT. We plug that in, hit apply, and it changes from 1162 down to 767. So we just got a heck of a savings there. So now we're going to go ahead and go to checkout, and the next page it comes to is our actual final order page. And this is all stuff. My account is already set up in GoDaddy, which yours would look the same. So I'm going to go ahead and you have to click on that you've read and agree to the terms and conditions, which I highly recommend that you read those. It's not something that I ever do. Probably gets me into a lot of trouble. But I'm going to go ahead and just hit it yes. I know that I'm going to place the order. And now we have our domain name. Here's our order details. It gives us our order number. You will actually go into your email now, and you'll have an email from GoDaddy telling you that you actually own it. So now you actually own your domain, and the next step is going to be setting it up to do whatever it is you want it to do. And that's going to be on the next video. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.